If you were to look at Japan's weekly anime TV rankings, some of the shows on the list wouldn't be too surprising, but there are some anime on the list that are consistently in the top 10 that people outside Japan may not be familiar with. Today, we're going to look at one of those programs, Chibi Maruko-chan, or more specifically, its English adaptations. Debuting in 1986 as a shoujo manga, Chibi Maruko-chan follows the life and times of a 9-year-old perpetually stuck in 1974. Maruko is a lazy, bratty, but kind third grader who lives in the city of Shimizu, Japan with her parents, older sister, and maternal grandparents. Momoko Sakura, the author and namesake of Maruko herself, drew from her own experiences as a child in writing the manga, including locations, characters, and plotlines. The manga was originally aimed towards children, but quickly caught on with more age groups finding nostalgia in Maruko-chan's relatable stories and memories. People of Sakura's age found themselves amazed that somebody adapted 70s suburban life into a manga. Chibi Maruko-chan received an anime adaptation on January 7, 1990, and took off in no time. It was placed at the 6 p.m. slot on Sunday, right before another juggernaut anime, Sazae-san. Japan was nuts for Maruko. Soon, Japanese marketplaces were flooded with Chibi Maruko-chan toys, video games, and other merchandise. The anime's ending theme became a #1 hit on Japanese charts and sold 1.9 million copies. American journalists were quick to make comparisons to the then recent Simpsons craze in terms of sheer popularity and cultural impact caused by a family of cartoon characters. The anime's initial run ended on September 27, 1992, totaling 142 episodes. A second adaptation, with much of the same cast and crew, returned on January 8, 1995, which still runs to this day and has amassed over 1,000 episodes and counting. Maruko-chan consistently does well in ratings. Maruko herself is a widely recognized icon, and her popularity doesn't stop at Japan. Throughout Asia, she's famous, and even though she hasn't caught on as much in other parts of the world, the anime has received dubs in Spanish, German, and Arabic, amongst others. So this anime is mega popular over in Japan and is a money and merch machine. So was there ever plans for an English release? The answer is yes, multiple times in fact. In the year 2000, an English dub was produced for Nickelodeon India, yes, the ones that made this, of the 1990 Chibi Maruko-chan anime. There was probably no plans to export this one because...
Here comes the marathon meet again! Oh dear God! I just hate it!
Yeah, it's hard to listen to. The dub ran for at least 46 episodes, possibly more. These episodes can be found on the official Chibi Maruko-chan YouTube account. Fast forward a little bit and cross the ocean, Chibi Maruko-chan was listed on the website of Voicebox Productions, a company located in British Columbia, for a direct-to-video release. This is the studio also known for producing shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and Mucha Lucha. Despite being listed as far back as 2004, nothing ever became of this project. The only other hint of this dub's existence is a listing on voice actress Teryl Rothery's website, where she lists Maruko-chan as being done by Ocean Productions, and Teryl listed as being a series regular. It's unknown what character she was going to voice, how far this went into production, and why this project never came to be. Another dub of the 1990 anime was done by Omni Productions, a company in Hong Kong also known for their work dubbing kaiju films. This dub aired on Animax in 2007. The only clips available of this dub were published by a voice actor of the show, Michael Pizzuto.
The time when there was chaos with an edible frog. Here we go!
From the get-go, it's miles ahead of the Nick India dub, but suffers from the same thing a lot of Animax dubs do. It's an okay dub, but it sounds really awkward at times.
Hey! What are you guys talking about?
I saw an edible frog. It was really big, but these guys just won't believe me.
The only other info that's available can be found on ANN. It's a small cast list featuring the main cast and the narrator. Otherwise, info about this dub is very hard to come by. Maybe one day we'll be able to hear a little bit more. Fast forward to 2019, our last stop on this journey. The official YouTube channel for Chibi Maruko-chan received a brand new English dub, funded by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, and distributed by the Japan Foundation, better known for the Cool Japan brand. This dub is leaps and bounds ahead of every dub covered so far. The dub was produced by another Hong Kong-based studio, but it's not clear which one that is. But much like other anime dubs in Hong Kong, it's produced with limited cast members. Funny enough, one voice actor that worked on the previous dub also worked on this dub, but not as the same character. This dub was put on YouTube directly and was uploaded once a week. Midway through, it went on a short break, then started uploading rapid fire. In total, the dub produced over 70 episodes, often being uploaded to match a certain day like Christmas, Mother's Day, or even the 4th of July, which, for context, has an episode involving fireworks, not the actual holiday. The episodes are mostly from the 800s and 900s, episodes that had aired roughly 5 years prior. What sets this dub apart from a lot of others is the video descriptions. It's clear the intent of this dub was to educate about Japanese culture, as the notes would feature some kind of context clue or cultural footnote. And it was really helpful considering a lot of this stuff is going to be a little obscure to Westerners. The acting is pretty good, even more compared to the previous dubs. There are some characters that have problems, like the character Hanawa inconsistently has a British accent, but the dub captures the fun spirit of the original without coming off as obnoxious or ingenuine, unless that's what they're going for in a given scene. The show also does a good job translating and implementing character quirks and tics, like Butaro says boo at the end of his sentences and Hanawa often says baby at the end of his, which sounds very different in actual English. It also keeps in honorifics like chan and kun, something very rare for a dub. Overall, the translation's pretty good, maybe a bit awkward for some things, but the accuracy and quirks and the like is really good. That said, the dub isn't without its flaws. The pronunciations are good for the most part, but can be inconsistent. Maruko, for example, is usually pronounced Maruko, but sometimes is Maruko. And while I mentioned earlier the video descriptions were helpful to understand some context, later episodes did not do this, and even some of the episodes that had a description would overlook some puns that were directly translated and made no sense in English. The dub ended recently, with subsequent uploads being reposts of the same episodes. It's unclear as of right now if the dub will continue in any way, or if this is all there's going to be. Currently, the channel is also uploading dubs in Korean, Spanish, and Chinese. Despite all this support, Chibi Maruko-chan has always been, and always will be, a niche product abroad. It's not like something like Dragon Ball where it's heavily rooted in fantasy. As a matter of fact, Chibi Maruko-chan is more grounded in real-life stories than a lot of shows out there. It got its niche for being relatable. In fact, if you look at comments on dub videos, a lot of viewers commenting are from Asia and are familiar with the show. Actually, to be honest, I didn't start seeing comments from Americans until recently asking why is this recommended. Oh, YouTube, you and your silly algorithm. However, Maruko-chan is also built on moments that cross cultural barriers. Stories about growing up, going shopping, fighting with your siblings, quality time with family, things understood across cultures. And these stories always end on a good note. When there's a fight, there's reconciliation. When something goes wrong, there's a resolution. If you haven't seen Maruko-chan, I really recommend checking it out. While the show is mostly comedic, there are episodes that are dramatic or heartwarming. Plus, it's entirely free to watch, no Hulu or Netflix required. Cultural differences aside, maybe you'll see a bit of your own life experience in Maruko's world. Thanks for watching. My name is Yui, and I do videos about obscure anime dubs, cons, video games, cosplay, and more. Please leave a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what did you think? Do you have memories of Maruko? Is there something about the series that I didn't cover or something you'd like to see next? Next time on the show, I'm going to cover another classic Japanese character, Doraemon, the gadget cat from the future. Also be sure to follow me on social media where I'll post updates on videos. Thanks again.